All right, welcome to this, your Wiley Manager Crash Course, where we try and give you a bit of a sneak peek into the topic that Bob and I deal with on the full-length version of the podcast. And on this week's show, Bob, we talked about customer service.
We do indeed. We talk on the show about we try to define great customer service. We talk about the good, bad, and ugly from a recent 2012 JD Analytics survey. We talk about good and bad customer service practices, and we leave people with 3 things to remember. That's what to expect.
All right, so as a teaser for the full-length version, maybe just walk us through some of the ideas that you shared on providing good customer service practices.
Well, one of the things we talked about both in the definition and in good customer services is fully understanding what the expectations of your target customer are and then exceeding those expectations. So the first part around what good customer service practice is to know your customer, who they are, what their expectations are, and act accordingly. So we talk about the fact that what might be really good customer service practice in one industry or one part of the world might not go over as well in another context. And so you really need to understand who it is that you're trying to target and what they expect from you, and then go beyond their expectations to have great customer service.
Right on.
Yeah. We also talked about money-back guarantees and how often they're a complete disaster, right? So
because they make you jump through so many hoops.
Oh, yeah.
Do so many tricks in order to get your money back.
Yeah, right. I mean, if you can take out a mortgage easier than you can get a refund on a pair of undershirts, then we've got a problem on our hands, right?
Right.
So we use Costco as an example, and Nordstrom would be another example of retailers where they do it really well, right? You show up and you get your money back quickly and painlessly.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, you need to do that well. You don't want to do it poorly.
Okay.
Yep. We talk about talking to your customers. There's a novel concept. And not through a call center or a market research firm. You actually have to go out and talk to your customers. Interesting, the Disney Corporation, if you're a big wheel at Disney, you are required to go sweep up and run the rides for some period of time every year at the theme parks, because they want these people as close to the customer as possible, which I think is a tremendous idea. You know, if you're running a grocery chain and you haven't been in a grocery store in 10 years, we have a problem, right? So again, you need to talk to and market research serves other purposes, but it's not a good way to understand your customers.
Okay.
You know, if you're managing one of these businesses, you need to understand firsthand where your customers are.
Alrighty.
You need to train and retain your staff. So training is obvious. You can't say, well, here's a uniform, go out there and be nice to people, and that's what we call customer service. It just doesn't work that way, okay?
Yeah.
You need to train people specifically what it is, right? How to ferret out, again, what the customer's expectations are, and then, again, how to exceed them. And the retention part is simply because training people is hard work. Right?
Yeah.
So it's better and cheaper for you as an organization to try to hang on to people than it is to be constantly running through them. Now, you're going to have some turnover in your business anyway, and that might be okay. But you want to be selective about that turnover if you can. And finally, I would argue a great customer service practice is to fix mistakes. So you're allowed to make mistakes. That's okay. But your ability to fix mistakes well and in a timely manner is entirely that's a way to win a customer for life.
Indeed.
Yep.
So if you're interested in this topic and want to hear more, we have some other, the flip side of this coin where we talked about some of the bad customer service practices and much more. Go pull off the full-length version of the podcast directly from iTunes, or alternatively, you can get that from our website, www.wileymanager.com.
All right. See you next time.
Thanks, Bob.